Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Vine Panther Presents. We got a good episode for you today. For Chris, Stacy, and I shall be talking about Lovecraft Country, Season 1, Episode 8. A lot of things went down.
What's the name of the episode? What's the name of the episode?
Jigaboo.
Jigabobo.
Jigabobo.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Jigabo.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Oh, we'll talk about that. All right.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Well, let's go away. Let's start. So, Stacy, where would you like to begin?
You know how we talk about other shows where they're always like, fuck them kids?
Yeah.
This episode was an example of that. Diana lost her dad. Her mom's in some other dimension somewhere. Her best friend just died. And she just out here in the world just getting haunted by pickaninnies and stuff. And like her aunts and cousins, like they don't give a shit. Like,
it's funny It's funny you should bring that up. So at Emmett Till's wake, right? Like they first they were like, where is she? But then later on, when fucking Letty sees her choking, she's like, go get some water, girl. I ain't got time for this shit. Like, I gotta keep it moving. I'm like, what? You haven't seen her all fucking day. You know, she's like, hey, you do you, girl, because I'm doing me. I was like, damn. I was like, what kind of mother she gonna be? But anyway, I was like, it's rough. It's rough.
Damn, that's too soon, man.
My bad.
Apparently a good one because she winds up growing up to be a good writer. You know, but all right.
The son, yeah, George Friedman grows up to be an amazing writer. But that is interesting. But yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, I thought y'all gave a fuck, and then Letty just don't.
Yeah.
Now,
the only person that did was Montrose.
I'm about to say Montrose was on that shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of bad parenting, just real quick, it's interesting that Montrose, who beat the shit out of his son for most of his life, is sitting up there like, son, I hope one day you get a child and you know the joy of having a son. You mean like beating his ass every day, Dad? Like, I'm not going that route. Like, I'm actually gonna talk to this dude. Like, what? I know you're not trying to give me parenting advice. I know that. I mean, that was some bullshit. But I digress.
Yeah.
Anyway,
trying to make amends. I know he's a little late, but you know, he's trying to, especially with D, he's trying to be like, look, I understand the pain. He's trying to, he's no angel. No, but I got you. You know,
the ship has sailed on that one, bro. You know what I love? I little water cups.
He's a little late. I say he's a little late.
He's a lot late because. But anyway, late. You see the little water cups.
CP time? He way past CP time, huh?
Yeah, he's way past it. I gotta remember the water cups. Let me talk about the water cups. Fuck. So when Montrose brings the water, he brought the little cups of water in the white cups. That took me back to childhood, bro. That's what we had at church, and I was like, oh, I felt some blackness right there. I was like, that's real black cups. I don't know why people had those cups, but we had those cups in church. Church of God in Christ. Yeah,
that's what you remember. Huh?
That's and the meals downstairs on first Sunday. I mean, and the oil for the. I mean, I'm getting off track. My bad. For the blessings, the olive oil when they put Chris know what I'm talking about. They didn't do that. Oh, my fault. Oh, my bad. Church of God in Christ
just had the grape juice and the wafers.
Yeah. But like we like had to broke crackers. You know what I'm saying? Like we just broke. So people just put all their hands in the crackers. I was like, this is not sanitary at all. But again,
the grape juice will kill it.
That right. Everybody had the same grape juice. We are truly getting off track with this. So, Chris, what do you got? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was rightfully so. I was uncomfortable with the episode, but in a good way. I mean, in the sense of like, I mean, you had to feel uncomfortable. One of the things, like for me, like personally growing up, especially like talking to the old heads like my grandmother, and just talk about like the pivotal moments when it comes to the African American strife and whatnot, and how like one of the biggest catalysts that even started the civil rights movement was the horrific torture and murder of Emmett Till, and it's just so like even here, like I remember hearing all about the story, and it just always creeped me out. Like it was just the worst type of humanity you could ever, like, want to talk about real monsters. That was it right there. And just the fact that like these men got off by an all-white juror, and and then even confessed afterwards, said, "Oh yeah, we did it, but because of double jeopardy, that's it." You know what I mean? So, and even going to the African American Museum, if over in Washington D.C., if any of you guys, I suggest y'all come to Washington D.C., go to African American Museum. It's life changing, I would say personally. That and the Holocaust Museum, that one's too. Both great. But they have an area for the Emmett Till area where they actually have his actual coffin that was donated by Mamie Till, his late mother's family. And they actually put a picture in it. It's a very powerful scene right there. And I lost it. I cried. So the hints that they even put in previous episodes with the whole Bobo or whatnot, I was like, okay, if you saw the previous videos, I felt a little bit uncomfortable with it because I just know the emotions it brings out of me when it comes to that. So seeing the backdrop for this, in the first few minutes, I was just sat there kind of tense because I was like, okay, they're going there. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, are they really doing this? I part of me didn't want them to do it, but I was like, no, the whole point is you need to feel uncomfortable. His mother, Mamie Till, purposely wanted every person to see the horrific, just the whole idea of how horrific, of a monster that other human beings can be, and the bravery that she had to just do an open casket of her 14-year-old son was so powerful. Again, I said, if it wasn't even for that moment, who would have known if Martin Luther King would have done everything, all the stuff from Selma, that we don't know that would have even taken place. You know what I mean? That just from that horrific moment. So I had to get myself even comfortable even for this episode because I was like, yeah, all right. I was like, you know what? Nope. Get on with it. So another thing that made me uncomfortable but in a different way was I love the song Cruel Summer. It was one of my guilty songs. It's just cruel summer. It's a nice little upbeat song. And no, they put in the backdrop of Emmett Till's murder, and literally it was a cruel summer. Not I don't know if I'll ever hear that song again. The only person who did that to me was Jordan Peele with the whole I Got Five on it and did that with us. I'm like, I love the song, and man, thank you for just messing it up for me, but in a good way, So, so I'll just kind of end it because I've been rapping a little bit because I just kind of wanted to not forget because we'll get to the plot and stuff, but I just me personally, I wanted to kind of give just the whole feeling of the idea with the Emmett Till, and I would say by the end of the episode, I appreciated the creativity of them just even kind of going there. There's certain things I kind of felt iffy about with them using certain things with Christina to kind of which I'll probably get, which we'll probably get into later on. But overall, I this is probably one of my favorite episodes, I would say. Yeah. What about you, man?
No, it was good, and I thought, at the end, I was like, it's amazing that they use Emmett Till's, really the aftermath, right? So the impact it had on the community to kind of drive the story, because not only did Tick and the whole family go with Hippolyta, being out there, gone. Even Montrose was so Diana needs to see this, saying this is what it means to be Black in America, right? And she was going through it. Even the white people that came, and then you saw the pastor in there, I guess, kind of representing the MLK point of view of we need to use the law, we need to to move out on this. You had the Nation of Islam people on the other side, we have to rise up. All that happened, and then that kind of drove the story. And again, yeah, we'll get into Christina and Ruby and how that kind of transpired, and and all kind of went from this moment. And then that became the issue of where's Diana until they didn't give a shit later. But for the main part, they were trying to figure out where she was. But yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. What I want to. Oh, Stacey, what you thought?
Yeah, I agree with Chris. That whole experience was just hearing about it was really bad, and to know that the woman that catapulted the whole thing was dying the time, that was pretty big. And just to see how Diana was suffering through the whole process, like, okay, I lost my dad, I lost my mother, I lost my best friend, kind of thing, and dealing with that as a little girl, hard to watch. And then she gets assaulted by officers, she gets cursed. Now she's dealing with hauntings. Like, it's a cold world for a little girl.
Yeah. And that goes to who gave the speech. So the monologue of the episode. Who provided that for us?
Her name is Naomi Watler. She's an activist. She led a walkout of her school when it was like 11. And it was basically to protest school shootings, and specifically for young African American girls who were victims of gun violence. So that's who you hear talking in the background as she's, I think, the scene with the police officers when she confronted the cop. So, yeah.
That was like, and I was like, I know every episode they do that. You know, they give us one good, monologue to kind of tell the story, to give context to what's going on. I thought that was pretty powerful. Let's get to characters. All right, so let's talk about Tick. Tick is kind of like I would say the center of this. We find out he in fact did go to the future. Precious Johnson, I like to shout her out as one of the commenters who provide a lot of context for me. And to explain that she also guessed that George Tick will go to the future, find out that he has a son named George Friedman, who wrote the book Lovecraft Country. In this show, we find out that somehow a woman with a robotic arm pushed him back into the time portal with the book, whoever this hooded woman is. But he shows up with knowledge, right? He's like, I got a son, I gotta keep alive. And I guess that came from Letty. And getting that bullshit. But anyway, so we got that. So now he knows that she's pregnant, but she don't know that he knows that she's pregnant. Hence why
we don't know that she knows that he knows. Like,
right, because that's why he's giving her the water, right? That's why he's like, "Do you want to sit down?" And she's like, why are you talking to me like this?
I don't know why I thought she told him. Like, when she had the dream, I thought she told him.
Nah, she's told the whole thing about her running out the fire, but she purposely stopped herself about the whole. It's like, oh, and what else? It's like, and no, she wasn't speaking in mind, you know what I mean? And that was it.
I wasn't rubbing my stomach at the time.
I wasn't rubbing my belly, like, why are you rubbing your belly? Your belly hurt? It's like, yeah.
You know how it is.
I have bubble guts.
Huh?
She could have had some Chipotle or something.
She had some Chipotle back then.
Yeah, man, I had that bubble guts, man. Ooh.
Oh man, but let's get to the loving, shall we? So what happened is, no, not that one. We're gonna talk about Tick and his very uncomfortable conversation. So Precious Johnson and I were going back and forth about Gia and how important she was to the story. For the record, this takes place in 1955. I was wrong. So he hasn't seen Gia for the last 5 years because he left Korea in 1950. So it's been 5 years. So she's not pregnant. She didn't come back home. She didn't show up to Letty's house with a kid. How the fuck she get there though? Let's have some logistical conversations. Like, she flew from Korea, somehow figured out where Letty lived, showed up to the damn house, and sat quietly until Tick and Letty shows up.
Star 69. There you go.
In 1950. But
they had yellow books back then.
Bruh. There was no Star 69. There wasn't no yellow pages.
I was talking about that one, but yeah, I'm just saying, like,
or Google that shit. Like, did she use the Kamiko Force or some shit? Like how did she figure that out? When she was sucking his brain, did she know the address of where he was going to end up?
Perhaps.
So let's go down that route. Let's go down that route.
I'm low key trolling, but okay.
But no, for real. I want to go with this one because let's say she sucked the brain and knew the address where he was going to be. That means she knew who Letty was. That means she knows that Letty's pregnant. Okay. So when she's sitting there looking Letty in the eyes, when she says, "When my lover climaxes, my tentacles come out and I have to kill him," and Letty didn't take that shit too well. And Tick was like, shut up. No. Why are you here?
That's not what I saw in the future.
That's not. Wait. So do you know why I'm dying? No, I'm just here to try to save you. Get the fuck out. In short, fuck Tick. Fuck him. Okay. He is a selfish, okay, asshole. Okay, that this woman flew across the world, tracked his ungrateful ass down to try to tell him one more time, you're gonna die and I'm trying to help you. And he shits all over her. Okay. He's an asshole. And that's it. All right. So
if you want to go with that, okay.
That's how I feel.
All right.
And I'm sorry, but please. I know you got counter. It's fine, man. What you got?
No, I'm just saying. Well, the fact that he saw his own future showed that. No, like he even said to her, he said, "No, I don't." He said, "No, I don't die," because, like, he said that like in defiant, like, because she looked confused, like, "You don't die." Like he said, he actually said lines like, "Nope." I was like, "I'm not dying here." You know what I mean? He said that line. Check it back. But it was because he knew what was happening in the future. You know what I mean? Obviously, we know that the future can be changed, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I hear you. He can be an asshole for many things, but the simple fact of having someone who was riding on top of you, no, you were riding on top of her, and next thing you know, the damn, like, everything from different orifices try to steal the life out of you. I don't blame. Like, I don't care how. Oof. Nah, that would have shook me up too, like, no. Woo. No.
I say that's why
there'll be a lot of assholes out there. I'll just say there's just a lot of assholes and I'll be one of them. Might as well call me an asshole because I'll be like, get the fuck out of here. You try to kill me. Like, I low-key still love you, but goddamn, get the fuck out. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, like, shit, I love you, but no, you know what I mean? You try to love me to death, literally. Nah.
Hey,
nah.
It's not, she
I do. I mean, I feel really bad for her though. Like, she ain't doing it on purpose, and that's the thing too. I feel like she needs to start what she should have done. Like, obviously, clearly, he knew her number. I mean, all right, like, what they did have back then was, okay, who called me last? You know what I mean? She could have easily called him back. You know what I mean? Like, operator, what was the last number that, she could have done that. My thing is, all that other shit, she could at least start off like, hey, before you hang up, I was not in control. Something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Dude, because, like, what does she expect? What does she expect?
Stacey, please.
You know what I mean? Like, but I feel for her. But goddamn, like, same time, it's like, damn, it sucks for her. I hate to say it sucks for her, literally, because she tried to suck him.
That's not. Okay, man. I see that. Those are my bad jokes. But all right. I was like,
I had to borrow at least one, bro.
Hey, bro. I was gonna say at least he didn't get it up the ass like her last victim.
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
I'm just saying, at least
for that, or like
kind enough. She was kind enough to leave his booty alone. But Larry Bo, please, Stacey, what are your thoughts?
Okay. It didn't make sense that she just knew where he was, first of all. Second of all, her and Letty sitting at the table giving each other the evil stare was kind of weird. Like, did they not have a discussion at all? Or did they just sit there and stare at each other? Like, okay, we had relations with the same dude. Like, what's the issue? And I know it's 1950s, but the fact that your now boyfriend had a girlfriend sometime years ago, why are you upset? It wasn't like she showed up and was like, oh, last week I fucked your dude. No, this was years ago. So why are you mad? Like, she ready to put Tick out for what?
Because that was her first. So I think she wanted, I think in her absurd mind, she probably thought, like, because that was probably her first love, I think she low-key thought, like, wanted to think in her mind that I was the same to him. You know what I mean? And to find out that no, there was somebody before you. It just, you know what I mean? I think that's probably what they were probably going with. You know what I mean? So maybe I think, because at first I was like that too. Like, why are you upset? Like he can't live. Like, he's supposed to be just stayed the way he was before. But like, I gotta wait until like another 10 years before Letty. like before Letty comes around, before I get rid of these glasses. You know what I mean? But yeah, but then the way she was reacting afterwards, I think that's why she was catching, like she caught feelings like that. I think
she said what her problem was. He didn't tell her that he slept with some kind of demon, and she was like, "Why didn't you tell me?"
How does that come up in conversation?
That's what I. So her
sitting eating pork chops over dinner. Oh, when I was in Korea, this demon tried to stick its tentacles up my ass. Like that doesn't just come up in conversation.
So her explanation. So even with that, right? He's like, I don't know even what happened to me. How am I supposed to explain that to you, right? Her explanation is now that we've seen so much magical shit, which is why he was even able to call, Camille back to be like, the Gia back to say, I know you're something. I realize I can accept the fact that you're something that really exists, but she wanted to hear, hey, babe, one, this is a good moment to say you might want to check the sexual history of your partners because you may find out some shit. You may find out that they slept with somebody who have disease. You could find out they slept with a revenge demon. Either way, you might want to check into this shit before these people pop up on you. But before the more you know. But as silly as Letty's expectation that Tick was going to sit her down and be like, just to throw it out there, baby, I think I slept with some type of creature that loved me enough though to treat me gently when I nutted for the first time, unlike the way I treated you. That's as silly as Gia thinking she was gonna read a book to Tick about a Kamiho and be like, hey, by the way, baby, I just want to let you know that's what I am and how that was gonna turn out. Like both of them had unrealistic expectations about how you're gonna explain this shit to your partner. You know what I'm saying? So you get what you get, but I'm like, he was still an asshole. And notice you didn't see her leave, for the record. She somehow just magically disappeared, but you did not see her pack up and go anywhere. She didn't bring any luggage, so she's staying somewhere. So I'm like, you will see her again, okay? She will come back to save the day.
Oh, of course.
So we're assuming that she's human now because she mentioned something about the 100th person.
Yeah, she hit her.
I'm saying it's her mother. I still think it's her mother.
And that's why, could be.
She had that sex.
Also, probably was why she was able to get in the house because they have that blood on the door.
And that's a good thing too. I don't know if it covers all magical creatures or people that just know magic. The fine print that they need to. Oh, the voodoo woman is dead, right? She died, right? Yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. They need to find another one to explain the fine print of this protective curse that they got because they need to know what they are or are not protected against. That's all I'm saying. Because one of those cops got through, but yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. But she is human by now. I guess the fact that she got her 100 soul, she's human now. So hence why she thought she could reunite with Tick. Chris, to your point of he said, I'm not gonna die. That was not a statement of fact. That was a statement of determination. He started off by saying our love was not real. And I'm not gonna die. Like he's like, I don't believe that what we have is real, and I don't believe what you say. Like he's out there thinking he can protect himself. That's why he went to do that spell and got that creature to come out. I mean, he thinks he can save himself, but he don't know whether or not he can do it or not. I
think it's double meaning. I mean, that's the thing about the show. You gotta what because they do slow reveals. It gives you the perception of what is in front of you, and then later on you're like, oh, okay, maybe there's another meaning to it. So I think so what I'm saying is you're right, but I think it's also because he knows what's in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he knows he has a son. He knows a woman with a metal arm gave him a book. I mean, and the book was written by his son. So he never met his son. He never met Letty in the future. And I don't think he met himself. I think all he got was that book. The way I heard the story. So like, and he's basing everything on the fact that he read the book from his son and he's trying to pull what that means, which is why he's so focused on protecting Letty. He's like, we got to protect the future. We got to protect, so he's like, if I can protect you and the baby, then we're fine, I think. But we gotta see. But he's at start of the show. He can't die. I mean, just either way. I mean, Letty are going to be fine no matter what. I see you, Stacey. You think both of them are expendable?
George died. I think Tick can die too.
George wasn't wizard royalty.
He was a critical part of the story, is what I'm saying.
He was the father, and superheroes don't have fathers. Like they always die.
We haven't got the result yet, so we don't know who the daddy is.
So let's get into that part of the story. So when once again Tick realizes he don't know shit about the man he called daddy, but now he realizes that Montrose is dyslexic, and he didn't even know that.
George told him that.
Apparently not.
Like the first episode, he was saying that his father had some type of reading issue.
Well, apparently he didn't hear from Montrose because he was very surprised to find out that he couldn't read. So he let him read the incantation, and the man can't read. What if he messed up the words? Shit, he could have ended up going to another portal, huh?
That's probably what happened.
That's probably what happened.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, oops! Like it just that dyslexia made it delayed. Like, oh
yeah.
my bad. I should have came like at least like 8 hours earlier, but you ain't say it right. So it routed to over here to the other show goes. Yeah. Like, oh, wait, they ain't supposed to go here, man. Reroute, and then like, oops!
I went to Korea looking for you. Then I went to Florida. Woo. Oh yeah, that's right. Gia should.
Oh no! They over in Chi-Town. Hurry! Bullet coming! Hurry! Oh.
That was awesome though. That was real quick though. I just would have wanted Gia to go to Florida to meet the other woman she saw him fucking and bring that up at the table. I would. So this
what if that was her 100?
Huh?
Like that was 100. But like, God damn it!
Yeah.
My life less. I will go to every woman that Tick has fucked. I gotta see what you saw. I gotta see what you saw. I gotta
exactly. I have to. That's how she found him. She flew to Florida, found the woman she was fucking. Have you seen this man? No, he left for Chicago a few weeks ago.
No, she didn't tell him. She's like, you tell me what I need to know, or else. I was like, or else what?
You're 101. And then so she worked away, but she has to have sex with him. Anyway, then she worked her way to Chicago, but I would have let it out at the table. Fuck it. He's already embarrassed. I should be like, so-and-so black girl who thinks you're coming back, just for the record, she thought you're coming back and she's asked about you. Oh, I'm sorry, Letty, baby mama. Are you uncomfortable by this? Because I know you're pregnant. I know. Anywho, sorry.
I have a prediction only because remember it was not a throwaway line of Gia's episode, right? At the very end, what did the witch doctor tell? He says there will be more blood. It says there'll be a blood path. I have a feeling like because we always say, oh, Gia's going to come to rescue. I think we might see like it's going to be like a line of soldiers of like black show ghosts. And Gia, like, and they're just gonna go straight up like Avengers symbol type deal, and they're just gonna just start slaughtering a whole lot of them. You know what I mean? In the honor of Atticus, and yes. That, like, yeah, yes. I feel like that's gonna be the bloodshed. Like that witch, damn, that bitch is right. Like, you know what I mean? She won't say that line, but
she's gonna team up with that beast that he has working for him, and it's gonna be like a lot. It's going to be like the Sons of Adam, like a whole bunch of KKK people. There's a whole bunch of white races lined up in front of them. And they're just going to go batshit and just kill all of them. And he's going to be like, thank you, baby. Now you go back, take your ass back to Korea because I got a baby now and I don't need you.
I do have to do like you did, though. I'm low-key trolling when I ask this question, though. Why that show go black? Like, is it because it's blood? Is it the blood? Is it blood? Like the blood is so therefore black? Because when they had the little farm, like, they were all white. Was it his blood? Like, damn, that joint's like got a little bit of chocolate, and then, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder would they talk about that? You know what I mean? That show go was black. That was a black show go.
Yes, somebody mentioned that it was dark and that it wasn't affected by the light, like the light-skinned show goats were. And therefore, the melanin makes it not resistant to light.
Or was it a nigga before? And what I mean by that was, remember the sheriff was turned into a show ghost?
Remember?
So it was a nigga.
Oh, man.
Turned into a show ghost.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. No, remember the show ghost, like, they were trapped in the cabin, like, oh, you might want to, like, like, his arm was all fucked up, and he turned into, like, a mini show ghost.
Yeah.
He's like, you need, and George said that hilarious ass line, like, you need to shoot him. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You think that show with a black dude.
All right. He looked dark as fuck. Maybe he was tall. Maybe he was Tree. You think that was Tree?
Oh shit! It was Tree.
We ain't see him since.
We haven't seen him in a while.
Like, go up the lady, like, yeah, well, you want me now, lady? Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all need to stop me. All right,
you're going too far with this, man. You're going too far with this. Anyway, the point is, Tick got a protective thing, dog going, It's all right, man. He got protective demon dog now. He got a girl. He has a baby mama who's bulletproof and shit. Like he's doing pretty good in life. Like he's doing pretty. Like I'm not sure how this is gonna go bad for him. Okay,
Yo, her reaction was
go bad.
Yo, her reaction was the best. She just sat up like I don't give. Like she's like, you know what? This is some bullshit. I love that reaction.
Once she realized she was bulletproof, then she's like, I'm gonna go whoop y'all asses. Like I thought she was gonna go out there and kill all of them, but then the beast killed all of them, and I was like, all right. But she went to go save her man though. Oh yeah, Stacey, we talked about this dumb shit. How about she starts off like, get the fuck out of my house. I can't believe you fucked this woman 5 years ago. And then he leaves, and then she's like, why are you leaving? Because you told me to leave. What the fuck's wrong with you? Like,
I know, right? Together. Why y'all do that, Stacey?
Get your shit together.
I didn't know you would really do it. You were supposed to fight. I thought you were gonna fight back. Like
he's like, I'm out.
Turning to Oprah in like Color Purple. All my years I had to fight.
Oh, that was Ruby. Ruby did that. Ruby did that. She gave the Color Purple.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say this. This was the most gorgeous and the most beautiful sex scene I have ever seen. Wouldn't you say? Please.
Yes.
That was
right, man.
That was like a butterfly. That was like a cocoon.
Let's
butterfly, like
all right.
I know who I am. Like okay. I'm shedding.
Every time I watch this show, I say I've never seen a wild shit like this. And then, as Chris says, they take it to the next level, and I gotta go. My bad. I haven't seen it all, but I want to talk about the love couple behind me. All right. Mm-hmm. So follow me on this one. Oh yes. These who are the same woman. Oh, that's right. They're tag teaming her. That's right, Stacey. That's right. Good work, Stacey. So let's look at Stacey's photo. All right, we got William on one side, we got Christina on the other, and we got Ruby in the middle. All right, so just go with me, guys. You got a black woman and a white woman. Okay, we got a white woman that turns into a white man, and then a black woman that turns into a white woman, and then they consciously have sex. This is the first time Ruby said, I know what I'm about to do, and this is what I want. Okay. So we have the first transracial, transgender, lesbian relationship. That's a lot to unpack right there, but that's what we got going on here. Okay. And when she orgasmed and turned back into a black woman, I was fully expecting William to orgasm and turn back into Christina. And then they were going to start making out because Ruby can now accept the fact of who she is, that she loves this white woman. And she needs to be okay with that. She needs to accept who she is. All right. But I was like, but they didn't do it. Like, you need to commit. If you're going to go all the way, you need to commit. And I was like, and I would have been like, yes, but they didn't commit. And I'm upset.
There was no committing. I don't think she, like I think she likes the idea of William. You know what I mean? Like she got this, basically as one. Because let's be honest, when she's Christina or whatever, like Ruby talks to her all times types of way anyway. You know what I mean? And let's be real, when Christina is William, it's like her. Like now that she's a man temporarily, she talks even differently. And I'm not just saying like her voice deepens, but I just mean like the way she delivers like her lines would be like, hey, like, is everything okay? You know what I mean? Shit that she doesn't even say as Christina herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she has more empathy.
Go ahead.
She has more empathy.
Yeah.
She's more caring. She has more empathy as William. So I think Ruby wants William, right? But the fact that Christina is a woman and knows what a woman wants, it's almost like, okay, I got the shell of a man, but the mind of a woman. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds for her.
I will say to both of you,
that's what
Christina said to Ruby, everything he said, I said. She said, those words came out of me. It came out of William.
That's coming out of Christina's mouth, though. That's coming out of...
Exactly.
And so I'm saying, Christina feels that. Christina says that, and
yeah,
then
I know. Yeah, she says that. The antagonist said that. You're right. Yes. Continue.
okay, whatever. Okay, so then when Ruby went home and explained her new love, to her sister, she said Christina, not William. Christina's gonna teach me magic. Christina's gonna help. She recognizes who she's dating. All right, she's dating a woman who puts on a man so they can have sex. That's what she's dating. I'm just saying they need to commit. All right. Anyway,
I think you just want to see something like okay,
bro. I didn't think I was gonna see what I saw. All right, like that was some wild shit. Like I didn't think they were gonna do all that. That was too much. But I'm like, if you're gonna go that far, then just go with it. I mean, like don't half do it. Like just commit.
Stacey, I think our boy here has a little bit of a preferred mind, and he was expecting to see something else. Like, damn it,
what?
I'm
it was already crazy. Stacey said I talked about some wild shit off camera. We're not gonna do it on camera because it went too wild. But yeah, it got weird. It got weird.
That was crazy. That was a little crazy. Yo, that was actually as uncomfortable it was of the sex scene. What was even more uncomfortable was the way they chatted after all. I mean, after all that, and saying, do you care? And like Christina said, like, no, I don't care. I don't care about Emmett Till. And then she just gave a list of all these innocent Black people that died in the hands of white, because of race and whatnot. And as fucked up as that was so freaking honest. It was so honest, and she turned it around on Ruby, like, you don't care either. You didn't care either. And it was like, that made me that was so cringeworthy. That was so cringeworthy because, like, the fact that someone called you out on it, like, because that's the thing. It's like, it's something that you need to dissect. It's like, do you really care about Emmett Till, like the person, or you just don't like the way it feels, or like what, you know what I mean? And the fact that Christina said that, like, with like just like with just like that, and with, you know what I mean? It just, and Ruby didn't even challenge her and just kind of looked at her or whatever. I was like, wow, like, I thought that was so deep and so messed up at the same time. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What did y'all think about that? I don't know if any after sex talk ever.
It was totally honest, and I appreciated the fact that she's like, no, I don't care. Because it was the truth. She didn't care. And then I think Ruby was dealing with her own issues. Like, even when she transformed into a white woman, she was dogging the Black woman now. Yeah. Like, she has her own things going on with her. So yeah, I mean, I think she cared that a young boy was murdered, but like, what did for her? Like, I think a lot of times some people will see a tragedy and they'll be like, oh, it's so sad, but they can't really relate. Like, when my mother died, oh, is there anything I can do? I'm like, no, you can't bring my daddy back. What are you gonna do? Like, I understand what you're trying to say, but say that you really feel somebody else's pain is not always true.
Thoughts and prayers, as they always say, right?
It's interesting that Christina actually said, she said those guys, she named the guys, they're gonna get away with this, or they did get away with this. Like, she already knew that, and I thought that was kind of interesting. And then I know Chris, I guess you didn't like I like the idea that she was like, I want to understand. Like, I want the fact that she paid those dudes to beat her and to kill her just the way like Emmett Till did, to a certain extent. Like, she wanted to try to understand. Like, I thought that was something. It was, and then for these white men to say, I wouldn't want to die like that. Like, I mean, and it's all goes to the theme of the show.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It was just, I mean, no. I mean, well, I guess let me clarify when I say uncomfortable. I mean, for one, just to see like them try to, I mean, through her, just kind of relive like what actually happened to Emmett Till, and I got to say, as brutal as it looked, like what that happened to Christina, I mean, from what I heard, it was, with Emmett Till, it was even worse. You know what I mean? Only got shot twice with Christina, for one. You know what I mean? So. And other stuff that happened that they didn't even say in the show that happened to him. But anyway, but the point is, so that was the part of it. But the other part of it was, and I don't know, maybe they did it on purpose. It was that, no, they did, because her crying turned into a crazy laugh, right? Towards the end, if you notice, right? It was that, you're immortal. You have the mark of Cain on you. Like, how would you know? Like, the only way you can know what someone who's being brutally murdered is the fact that you are afraid that you're going to die. If you have no fear, you take fear away, then how the fuck are you going to understand? Like, you should already know that. I didn't understand how she thought she could understand what he went through if for one, she didn't have the mind of a 14-year-old kid. You know what I mean? So the whole idea of like, holy shit, like I'm just a kid. You know what I mean? Like, for one, and starters, you even had Tick like several episodes ago point a gun at you, and you didn't even flinch because you know damn well nothing like you ain't nothing really going to happen to you. You know what I mean? So it's like I kind of that was a part, you know. But I don't know. I mean, it was uncomfortable for me. I know, like, if you liked it, that's great, and I think that was probably the purpose. I guess again, for me personally, I guess the whole Emmett Till thing was so disturbing that there's a lot of things that just kind of shook me in that. But again, I think that was the purpose, and so I don't knock them for it. Like you heard me say in the beginning, it was just still one of my favorite episodes, and I just didn't understand her rationale of doing that, knowing that she's immortal. You know what I mean? And maybe there should have been like maybe something at the end of it. It's like, damn, like maybe like I don't know, something of the sense of like I don't have fear. I don't fear like have fearful in my heart for that. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? So I don't know. So that's why for me it just wasn't strong. It'd be one thing if she did actually was afraid that she was going to die. Well, and I guess they threw that in there with her fighting back at one point. You saw her fighting back. Yeah. So maybe that was it. Like maybe she did actually feel like she actually was going to die. So if that was the point, so I will give the writers kudos for that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like we've seen her like facing death several times. Like hell, just being in that damn automobile, just going whipping through corners, like it's all good. Like you know what I mean? like I'm immortal in this bitch.
But also to your point, this was her choice. She put herself in this situation. Emmett Till did not. You know what I'm saying? She was in complete control. If she really wanted to, she could have said, stop, thank you, take your money and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she was truly in danger. You know what I'm saying? Like danger she couldn't control. And again, I'm sure even she knew it wasn't going to be to the extent of that. I'm just saying, but she didn't have to do it. I mean, she just could have been like, Ruby will be back. She wants some more magic. She wants more William. You know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, she was. I mean, I'm sure she's not even gonna tell her. You know what I'm saying? But the fact, I just thought the fact she was trying. Just say, because I know we had the conversation, does she really care for Ruby or not, or is this all part of a big plot? Because even Letty's like, she's just doing this to get what she wants. But Ruby, at least she does feel like, this is something. And so it just be interesting to see where it goes. As a couple. Yeah. So
y'all want to talk about like the whole thing with D? Because we kind of talked about everybody else, but we ain't talk about the main character.
Yeah, D went through some shit.
Poor girl.
Yeah, man. And she like internal and external. You know what I'm saying? Like she's still trying to figure out what's going on with her mama. You know what I'm saying? And like her dad's dead, and it's like she has no one to talk to. Like we said. And her being chased by those demons or whatever, I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, is she really outrunning them, or is she just they're just playing with her? Like I was trying to figure that out.
No, I thought it was like kind of a nod to like Nightmare on Elm Street for one. Obviously, it was a huge nod. It was purposely a nod to Nightmare on Elm Street with the whole girl with the white girls doing the jump. Like the whole, like if you saw Nightmare on Elm Street, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you, and this time they were talking about Topsy, who's a major character in Uncle Tom's Cabin. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh shit, it's Top. And then you saw the face like, oh, Topsy's coming to life. I was like, oh shit, oh yeah, she is, and she brought a friend. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, that was some Freddy Krueger type shit with the nails coming out, and no one else can see it except for her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And Candyman.
Yeah, but I felt like it was more. Yeah, okay, sure. But you can argue that Candyman was more of a rip on Nightmare on Elm Street. But okay,
yes. But he black though.
Okay,
right. Going after black folks. I'm saying we gotta keep it in the community. And
And us. You want to say us?
And of course us. I mean, that was a lot of that's Jordan Peele. Either that's what I'm saying. You
And
can
the whole
see
crazy dancing and whatnot. Yo, those girls. Yo, I'm not trying to make light of like how creepy that was, but yo, I need to look those girls up because I could tell. Yo, they probably got like a fan page or something because those girls had some moves. They were like, they'll pop, lock, and drop it into a creepy ass song. You know what I mean? It was
quite impressive and scary at the same time.
Yeah, because I saw someone put on Facebook like, oh my god, the way we were moving was really creepy. I obviously looked at it differently and was like, damn, these girls got moves. Like yo, see, I would have hated to be D because I would have been the one just looking like, hey, how y'all move like that? And then they would have got to me like, oh shit, too late.
You'd be like, dance battle.
I know, right?
Like whoever, I thought that was gonna happen. I thought at some point, like whoever dances out of this walks out, and she's like, bam, bam. I was like, as crazy as this show is, I thought she was gonna dance her way out of this and be like, you know what, respect, human. Like I didn't think you could move like us, and we're out. I thought Beyonce was gonna start playing, and they're gonna like do like all the single ladies, and they're gonna get in line and start. You don't know, it could have happened. Put nothing past Jordan Peele. Put nothing past Jordan Peele.
No, I do like how she kind of just faced it head on, and it was like, like just like her mother, she just was like, she's like, I'm not letting them just dominate over me. And you know, it's yeah. So that I thought that was pretty cool, and other stuff which I'll leave towards the end that was kind of somewhat reminiscent of the book in a way, but I'll leave that towards the end.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I thought that was, yo, the monster, just like the creatures that they have in the show is just it's just incredible. It's just
JJ.
Yeah.
And and HBO money. We got HBO money, and you got JJ Abrams.
But even these girls, like they weren't even. I mean, it was like all just like makeup. It was. I wouldn't. Even, yes, you're right. It's HBO, but like you could see that, and like I don't know. Hell, Lifetime could even had the money for that makeup. You know what I mean? The show go no. Hell no. But like the girls with the make, you know what I mean? Just
but that's Jordan Peele.
But they were creative with it.
That's Jordan Peele though. That's what I'm saying. Jordan Peele brings that. That's what I'm saying. Like Jordan Peele brought the girls. Like JJ Abrams brought the monster. And like between two of them, that's why the show's so awesome. Because you got two very creative, like suspense people like coming together and they can do whatever they want. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like you bring powers combined, similar to like Tick and Montrose. Like you put them together, even though they never work together very well, they can make magic happen. But well, right now we're talking about D, so we can get
my bad. Let's stick on D, man. Where's our mama?
What about y'all? What y'all thought about the whole? Yo, I was really out of all that, I was more disturbed with the fact that homeboy Lancaster had to actually like spat.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That was some sadistic shit. That was you know what I mean? But I love how the end that she kind of gave it back and
bro.
The one survived.
Yeah, you know? I was like, how the fuck that happened? I thought I was gonna shoot in the face right there. I was gonna be well, Diana had
that was her mother. Again, that was her mother. That was basically her mother. It was like she found her voice and said, you know what? I'm not afraid anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought that was some cool ass shit. You know what I mean? And again, I don't know if that was on purpose with the whole idea of her name being Diana and her mom being Hippolyta or whatnot, and the whole strength and Diana trying to find herself like in the comics, and then her becoming Wonder Woman. You know what I mean? Being the queen, you know, somewhat. So I don't know. Maybe that was.
If she has a lasso or an invisible plane in the next episode, then we can have a conversation. Then I'll be like,
she did wear a hat.
That's what.
Right. Yeah.
If she has
I appreciate that was a Negro League from the was it Chicago? I forgot the name, Chicago something, but it was from the old Negro Leagues.
All right.
Which I appreciate they did that. You know.
She needs a lasso.
They could have just done this, but I just did New York Yankees, but no.
All right. Stacey, what are your thoughts?
Speaking of her mother, when Tick gave Chris the key, isn't the key like relevant to her getting back?
Yeah. He believes the machine is broke. That's what he told Montrose. He thinks the machine is broke because he beat it up and stuff. So he thinks the key is useless anyway. But yeah, the key should technically be how she's gonna get back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess he's like, fuck her. I guess she'll be in time somewhere. We'll catch up with her one day.
Nobody.
Don't give a fuck about that mama. He's like, I ain't got no mama. You ain't got no mama. So I was like, just be a. You got no dad either, but sorry, man.
Yeah. What about you, man? What did you what did you think about the whole thing with like, you know, poor Diana like run like?
No, everything you said, man. Like it was the scariest shit. Like I was like Jordan Peele doing it again. I thought he was gonna play say my name like he's doing with the like you said he's fucking up songs for you. Like I thought he was gonna I was like, don't do it, man. Because I'm like I'm scared. Like I'm glad it's not Halloween and it had the lights on because I was like these girls might come after screen. I don't know what's happening. Like this could be like The Ring, and I was like I don't want that. I want none of that.
I was about to say if I heard like one of those girls go like
out, I'm like cutting the shit off. Like I'm like sorry, bro.
Oh, you see like hair just coming out. I'm like, you know
what? Yeah.
Nope. You know.
Which one of y'all said she looked like the girl from Color Purple?
That's what they were saying about the white dress. Something to do with Nettie and The Color Purple. I'm not sure what the relevance are, but that's what somebody pointed out.
I mean, that was the actual character. I mean, she wore white in Uncle Tom, like, you know, and she was a controversial character, but like even when you see the animated like cover for Uncle Tom's Cabin, whatever, she has the whole pigtails and wearing the whole thing. Like she's presented as a gift. This white girl, you know, but she's treated as an animal, and she doesn't know any social skills and whatnot and all that. So I guess that could be a nod maybe, but that was like definitely Topsy from Uncle Tom's Cabin. Like this I hate to say it, but jigaboo, which is unfortunately was like one of the derogatory terms comes from for a black person, which is again the name of the episode is Jigabobo. You know what I mean? But like I felt like that's essentially what it was. It was like this Topsy, the character, this controversial character for Uncle Tom's Cabin, and as well as Uncle Tom, obviously, you know, being like this little girl who didn't know any better. She was like an animal. She didn't have no social skills. She's being chatted to like an animal. She's like like just kind of all dancey, and they're like yay, like clapping and whatnot. And I wonder if that was like a double meaning in the sense of like Diana running away from that, like the whole like stop being what all these people want you to be in a way, perhaps, you know, like, you know, I you know, so like the whole like especially with what the cop was trying to say, hey, like, you know what I mean, like you will you know, you need to do something for me or whatever and all that, and she basically said no. You know, I didn't know if that was like part of it. I didn't know if the damn like homeboy from the cream of wheats thing was gonna come too. You know what I mean? I didn't know we were gonna get some Ghostbuster shit with the whole like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was gonna come out and shit, and they're gonna have to give him the Statue of Liberty, and they have to play some Jackie Wilson.
I thought she was gonna be chased by Aunt Jemima or Mrs. Butterworth. Like she was having breakfast. I thought Aunt Jemima was gonna come. I was like, fuck it, we got the cream of wheat dude. Let's just get all the black food people out there. Like Uncle Ben could be a part of the shit. She just be chased by the kitchen. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it would just be all. I think that was the point with even with Topsy. See, again, remember she saw those two black girls again. Like, and I wonder actually if they were the same ones. Like the same actresses who played those.
They were the same actors.
The same actresses who she threw the rocks at. She's like, get out or whatever. Who's laughing with the ice cream? They were waving. She was waving. Oh, I'm wondering if that was, now think about it, if they were the same actresses.
They said they were.
They are?
I don't know if they were, but that was my assumption.
That would be poetic. Yes.
Yeah, like her fear coming to life. Like the whole, again, them being all happy, like, because it's not happy for it. Yeah. There's nothing to be happy about. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here they are, like, just like it's a good old time, you know, like the entire town is messed up and halfway closing down because of Emmett Till. Yeah. And here these girls are all having like black girls at that, like having just like everything's cool and whatnot, you know what I mean? So yeah, okay, that was, yeah, I guess that would make sense that those were the representation of those two girls all being happy and you know, them just all dancing around, and Diana's like, I don't want no part of that. You know, so yeah, okay, damn. I discovered something live here.
There you go, man. That's what we do here. All right, Baron of Hell, interesting name to bring up to this part. Asked us to say we should hold book spoilers to the end. So I will.
My bad. I didn't realize that y'all were reading the books. My bad, y'all.
So
and even though Tick kind of ruined it for y'all somewhat, so I'm like, hey. I was like, hey, you know, in this book, you know, George survived Artem.
I love that.
You know,
I love the fact that he was. They were like, "That's the
man."
shit." They're like, yeah." So there's a book based on this show, and this is totally different. They changed some shit around, but it's still a cool story. I like that. So seriously, Chris, are there any major differences in this episode versus?
Well, two things. Obviously, I mean, it's not, Hippolyta and George's kid isn't Diana. It's Horace. It's a boy named Horace, and he is. And yes, the cop did put a curse on him, on Horace, but it wasn't the character of Topsy from Uncle Tom's Cabin. It was this doll that she saw that was just creepy. It was like a shout out to like Child's Play. It was this devil doll, and the devil doll was the thing that was following her everywhere. I mean, following him everywhere, Horace everywhere. Yeah. And like the description of it, and this whole like smiling face, he was just like lifeless. Like, I don't know, like what are you afraid of? And then all of a sudden, it gets like he looks again, and it's even closer. And then now the face changes, like he wants to kill. It's just So that's very that's essentially what happened in that particular story. But so you get to see the whole how the opposition of the wizards, like how they operate as far as to try to turn certain people towards them to be like, hey, you give us information or else we'll use this little thing called magic. You know what I mean? So but that was it. Like, again, like the whole everything else, like, just like I've been saying previously, was a chat, like everyone has their own chapter, but this one was straight up just like mostly just Horace or whatnot. They didn't have the whole thing with Emmett Till, essentially, or what I say essentially, they didn't at all, or even the side stories and whatnot. So so that's pretty much it. That Diana is Horace, and it was a doll, a demonic doll that was chasing after him, and he found his courage as well. I think that's the idea, and that's why I think it was also, even with the original story of the book, I think that was kind of somewhat of a wink to like the horror movies of like Child's Play / like Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, because a lot of times, what's the thing about all these heroes of those stories is at the end they find the courage and be like, I'm not afraid of this guy, or I'm not afraid of this doll, or I'm not afraid of Freddy. Like, and that's the thing, Freddy only comes at you for fear, and all of a sudden it's like, at least in the book version, it was like he just stares at the doll, like, what are you gonna do? And the doll's like surprised, like, you're not moved, like, you know what I mean, like, you're not afraid of me, and then the doll just attacks, but he just attacks it back. So so I was actually kind of interested to see if they were going to do that with the doll or whatnot, but no, this one was actually more, I would say, like everything else they changed from the book. This is more creepy in the sense of like them having like a character come to life in this way, and to kind of make it be like more of a mirror of her, which I'm now realizing, I guess, was like more of a mirror of what she does not want to become, essentially. All right. Did y'all get the same gist with this? That with her story, maybe, with her trying to run away from it, you know what I mean? Especially with those two girls we saw in the beginning. Stacey?
Run away from the idea of the little girls?
No, just like everyone. I guess I don't know how to word it necessarily, but just like everyone wants her to smile, like you guys pointed out before. No one cared for her, or not cared for, but everyone like kind of forgot about her. And they yes, they cared about like what happened to this boy, and y'all worried about your own feelings about what happened to the boy, but you're not. That was her best friend. And other than Letty like going one time to the house to be like, D, are you here in the house? And then she quickly forgot about that when Gia came through. You know what I mean? I wonder, with everything going around D, if the whole idea of her putting up a front maybe is what I'm looking at, was what she was probably running away from, which is similar to like the whole idea with Topsy and Uncle Tom's Cabin, in the sense of like Topsy was the controversial Black character of what white people would expect you to be. Like, that is what they want you to be. And I'm just wondering if that was like
The vibe. I get it. So
yeah, you see what I'm saying? I'm having a hard time kind of translating.
Was she running from a stereotype or trying to avoid like? And it could have been. I mean, it could have been she saw him at that, and that's what the representation that they used to put fear into her. Because she's a little girl, she was being chased by little girls. I mean, it's not, you know, they could pick the big monster like you see in a lot of these episodes, but they went with they picked the character, or maybe she picked the character. That book wasn't there when the sheriff put the curse on her. So her imagination, she looked at the book and her mind created it, and then that's what started. That was the manifestation of the curse.
Yeah, like the sheriff. Yeah, that's a good point, because the sheriff had no idea what the hell was chasing. Yeah, like the sheriff was just like knows like it was like probably just her worst fears, perhaps. Yeah. So which is why I guess now why the mural of the Cream of Wheats dude came to life, like kind of following her, like just, you know what I mean, like that was like maybe she mentally pictured that was what was happening anyway. But at the end, it looked like it manifested true, because we all saw what happened to her arm and her her face. So that part was not. That was like Freddy coming through. That's so right. I don't know. So it's going to be interesting to see how that develops. You know.
So we'll be there for it. So Stacey, any predictions for next episode?
I want to see where Hippolyta is on her journey into outer space, and if she can come back, I want to see if she can.
All right. Where is she at, and how far in the future did she go? I mean, and is we gonna make her back? Chris, any prediction you want to see?
I want to see her come back as a badass. I feel like she's gonna come back like Neo style, man. Like you know, like again, she fought with the freaking Amazons of like, well, I mean, of Africa though. But still, like she's a badass. Like she, you know, I mean, yes, I know on the surface she just danced around with Josephine Baker or whatnot, but she was a different person. She became a different person. So, you know, so when she comes back, you know what I mean? Obviously, she will be forever changed, but, you know, I can't wait. I can almost guarantee you she'll most likely come back, but I can't. So I just can't wait to see how much she's changed because of that experience.
All right.
You know what I mean? What about you, man? What's your prediction?
She could be the woman that gave him the book. Or I mean, because he didn't see her face, whoever this hooded woman was with a metal arm. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to tie it together somehow. I'm sure that's not just a random person that did that. So it could be her or that big old tall Afro woman that she knows. So I'm pretty sure somehow this is going to be connected. I feel somehow it'll be connected.
Yeah. Never mind. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's the video. Probably pretty long. But as always, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment on the video, and share the video. Let us know what you think. There's a lot of comments going on, a lot of theories. If you watch the show better than we did, and you see some things that we got wrong, please put it in the comments. I have no problem with that. We will address it next video. And thanks again. Thanks you guys for watching. And we will be here for episode 9 next Sunday. And Chris will sing us out next episode. Bye.